While the wives and husbands of Canadians trying to do things the right way are put in real threat of danger and death, the people who try to come to Canada the wrong way have had the red carpet rolled out for them. And I can show you just how extensive this problem is with some data retrieved from an order paper question posed by Conservative MP Leanne Rood, who seems to be trying to get a handle on just the full scope of the problem, which has unfolded for years at Roxham Road, that little ditch crossing between Quebec and upstate New York, where nearly all of the illegal border crossings to Canada occur. Look at this. Since Trudeau took office, 105,315 asylum seekers have flooded across at Roxham Road. And it only took him 8 years to finally do something about it after he first made it much, much worse by inviting everybody to come that way with his obnoxious tweet welcoming everybody to Canada. In 2022, nearly 39,000 asylum seekers crossed into Canada via that ditch at Roxham Road. And just this year, there were 9,000 asylum seekers in January and February alone. People arriving via that ditch at Roxham Road. But here's the chilling thing. That would be 4,500 people per month in the dead of winter, and we know those numbers explode over the summertime. So Canada was on track at the bare minimum to see 54,000 asylum seekers flooding across the border at that one location. If those numbers held, there are still 7,558 illegal border crossers being put up in hotels as of March 16th, 2023, meaning Canadians have paid, all told, $128,521,372 on just hotels so far to accommodate asylum seekers to Canada.
Roxham Road is at least reportedly closed. Questions remain as to how closed it is. But since that road was closed, there's been something like 78 asylums approved for people who have come through. Does it sort of set a bad precedent to have people who are coming in illegally then getting preferential treatment when there are these people who they have a spouse who's a Canadian citizen, they're trying to go through all the right steps, they're trying to do everything right, and they're waiting for 3 years?
That's always been the problem with Roxham Road. So for immigrants like me who were born in another country, whose parents, took the time to fill out all the applications illegally, that's always going to be like a really stark issue at the border. So the Roxham Road was closed. We called for it to be closed within 30 days. We were told it wasn't that simple, and then it closed within 30 days, exactly the way our leader Pierre Poilievre said to do. Yeah. The people who are still crossing the border, there were exceptions made in the deal we signed, or the Canadian government signed with the American government. So the deal said that there are some public policy reasons certain people are still allowed to cross the border illegally. If you're a minor, if you are one of the selected groups that the minister can designate, if you have family in Canada, you can cross the border and make a claim. But those people are going to be applying at the Immigration Refugee Board for refugee status as asylum claimants. The permanent resident applications and spousal sponsorship is a totally different group of people at IRCC. They're the people PBO said there's 65% too many of them for the job that they're tasked to do right now. Right. So two different sets of people will be applying. And even at the Immigration Refugee Board, it takes them 17 to 23 months on average to process an application. So there's backlogs everywhere. There's long wait times everywhere. It doesn't matter which way you're trying to come to Canada. Since 2015, the federal government, the Liberal government, has totally screwed up our immigration system, and the backlogs are entirely Liberal created.
It makes you wonder why anybody would ever try to do things the right way in Justin Trudeau's Canada.
That was an excerpt from the Ezra Levant Show. I'm Ezra Levant. Every weekday, I do a monologue about the topic of the day. Then I interview a fascinating guest either in studio or via Skype. And then I read your mail, whether it's fan mail or hate mail, which is sometimes even more interesting. This is on our premium service, though, called Rebel News Plus. Go to rebelnewsplus.com. It's $8 a month or less if you buy a whole year in advance. You get my show every weeknight, plus Sheila Gunn Reid's show every week. It's called The Gun Show. It's pretty amazing. You know, we rely on you because we do not take a dime from the government. In Canada, that makes us almost unique. So please help us out and help yourself to some great journalism at rebelnewsplus.com.